Hello guys, LoneWatch here, and today I want to explain to you how I like to play Diva. Now, to start things off, when should you pick Diva? Well, in my opinion, Diva is a disruptor tank, which means she likes to go behind enemy lines and disrupt their defenses, of course, which is why I like to play her on attack. But that said, her ultimate is great on defense, since your ultimate alone can stop a payload push or a zone defense. I even use it to clear out turrets and bastions if it really comes to that. So, in my opinion, she's great on attack, but even better on defense. Now, I know what you may be asking yourself at this point. Why would I go behind enemy lines and ram myself deep into the enemy team waiting to die? Which is not what I'm exactly saying, but what I'm saying is, as Diva, you should focus on the squishy part of the enemy team, since your mecha guns or your shotguns are really powerful in close range. And the armor you have, which is displayed by the yellow health bar, is vital in taking out such targets, since every instance of damage you take while you still have armor will reduce the damage you take from a shot by flat 5 points. This is good against Widowmaker, Tracer, Mercy's pistol, and so on. But against heroes that deal massive damage with one hit, such as Junkrat or Pharah, well, they will melt your health really fast, and your armor in that case. Which is why Diva has her defense matrix. What is this funny looking skill? Well, this skill will absorb all of the projectiles and will give you time to wait for your target to dump their ammo into you, and after they reload, if they have to, you can strike back. But if it gets too hot and you gotta bail out, you still have your boost on your shift, which has a dual function. What am I trying to say about this? Well, it has an aggressive and a passive function. For the aggressive one, you have to take into account you can push people off with it, and after you hit them, it will deal a slight bit of damage to them. And for the passive function, well, it can get you out of tight situations. One thing I would like to point out is that the mecha shotguns have infinite ammo, but they slow you down while you shoot, which I don't recommend practicing for too long, cause, you get kited, or you can die. So after your mecha dies, you become what I like to call Mini Diva, which is far more squishy, but makes up for it in damage, on long range. You can't really snipe with it, but it deals okay damage, and it's like a second chance after you fill up your ultimate, which will take you back into the mech, and will not affect your mecha ultimate, since both ultimates are not linked. Now, how do you charge up your ultimate to get back into the mech? Well, you do that by shooting your gun and waiting around. Now, there is some points there. With your gun, you have to hit an enemy hero. But if you hit a shield, let's say Reinhardt's shield, it won't work. But it usually works on Torbjorn's armor and armor like that. Finally, I would like to touch on her ultimate. And when and how should you use it? Should you use it right after it's up? Sure, why not? Should you save it up and use it later? Good as well. So how do you actually judge when to use it? Well, as I said, she likes to disrupt the enemy composition, so you should use it to either give your team some breathing room while you clear the payload or maybe a spot they are capping at the moment, or even clear a hiding spot for you and your team. And don't be afraid to use it even if you don't get a kill. It's a great zoning tool, let's not forget about that. And after it explodes, your mecha will be ready 100%, even if you killed no one. So even if you have to use it to get back into your mech while you're in a tight spot, let's say, it's also a viable strategy. But keep in mind that your ultimate is useless if the enemy team breaks line of sight, and that goes for you too. It has a big radius, so it can also kill you. Make sure you have a safe spot. Now, before I go, I want to mention that switching heroes is not a bad idea, and you should do that from time to time, cause no one hero is good for every situation. So on that note, I would like to recommend some heroes if Diva isn't working for you. On attack, I would like to recommend Reinhardt and Mercy. Why? Well, one of them can revive your entire team, and the other one, well, puts up a shield so you can push a payload or push a point. I would also like to recommend Pharah and Junkrat. Why, you ask? Well, they are more offensive options compared to Diva. They do the same job, but with less defense, and yeah, they die faster than Diva. On defense, I would recommend Winston and Widowmaker. Both of them accomplish the same thing, but only with different play styles. They also disrupt the enemy team and stop them from pushing or capturing, which is vital on defense. And Junkrat again, which is a solid choice to pick, and I would add Tracer here as well, because both of them can disrupt the enemy team in such a way they have to think of new opportunities to attack your team. Well, that is basically it, so thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you next time.